Hello and welcome to Please Don't Send Me into Outer Space, the podcast intent on exploring all that science fiction and fantasy has to offer, one movie at a time. My name is Joel.
My name is...
Sorry. First time that ever happened.
Yeah, it happens occasionally.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Sarah.
No, you first.
No.
Her name is Sarah and his name is Aaron. The movie this week was Krull from 1983, directed by Peter Yates, starring Ken Marshall as Colgate. Lisette Anthony as Lissa, Freddie Jones as Inier, the Wise One. Alun Armstrong as Torkel, and everyone's favorite, Bernard Berslaw as the Cyclops. And wait, what is the name of the wizard? Is Ergo? Ergo the Magnificent?
Ergo the Magnificent, yes.
Ergo the Magnificent, played by David Battley. This was my pick. Me, Joel.
Hi, Joel.
And but why would I pick a movie? I mean, typically when we've picked these movies, it's because they have a special place in our hearts or anything like that. You know, when we did 2001, obviously that was special to me. Aaron, what was the last one we did?
You mean the movie before this one?
No, the one that you picked.
Oh, Dark Star was the one I chose.
Dark Star, very special movie to you. Sarah, Dylan, Ted. What else? Labyrinth, yeah. Super special movies. So, obviously, Krull must have a special place in my heart.
Yeah. It has to. No, just kidding.
So, next week, we're going to be watching... no.
You picked it. Why'd you pick it?
Yeah, why'd you pick it, Joel?
I don't know. What's wrong with me? I don't know. This movie is like an infection. It's like I've got an abscess tooth, and every once in a while I'm reminded it's there and have to watch Krull again.
Excuse me?
I was introduced to this movie through another podcast called Film Sack, where they do basically what we do. Well, they watch a different movie every week and talk about it, and it's, typically funny stuff going on there. Their first movie that they selected was Krull, and I had a lot of time on my hand, a lot of disposable income, so younger than I was then, and I had bought several of the DVDs of the movies that they had talked about without first watching them. And one of them was Krull. The first time I watched Krull, I don't think I liked it I liked certain parts of it. Like, I hadn't become the kind of person who would watch a movie that was not super stellar or something like that. Like for goofs or anything like that. And I'm not even saying that that is this kind of movie.
Uh-huh.
Second time I watched it with Sarah and a couple of our friends. And it was because I was like, boy, I really want to watch Krull again. Even though I didn't really think it was that good the first time. And we watched it, and I was like, okay, there's no reason to ever have to watch this movie again, you know? The movie feels like it's about 6 hours long. Given that I've watched it twice, that's about 3 years of my life that's gone, there's no reason to watch it again. And then it came my turn to pick a movie, and I was like, you know what sounds really good? We should watch Krull. So my question is, what's wrong with me? Just kidding. Aaron, you
probably should go see a doctor.
You legitimately like this movie.
I love this movie.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us your history with it.
This is a movie that I think I watched on cable or satellite or whatever my parents were using in my youth to have cable or television. And I just watched it and I was like, holy crap, this movie's amazing. I think I watched it probably with Sarah and Jessica, and we were just all stoked. And then my parents had a huge library of pre-recorded VHS tapes, and I was just going through it and I found Krull once again, and just took it upon myself to watch it every now and then just to remind me just what a great, awesome time we had watching it. And I think it's just kind of just a really fun kind of adventure movie that, it's fun to watch with people. Just hang out.
What about you, Sarah? Do you have any special attachment to this movie at all?
My fond memory of this movie is actually a memory of listening to that Film Sack podcast. We went to a wedding in Big Sur, probably several years ago now, with a couple of friends in the car. We were driving up to Big Sur, and I get super car sick, so I was on Dramamine, and that was making me pretty loopy. But we were listening to this sort of, explanation of this movie, and Nick and me and Kelsey, had no perspective at all. We'd never seen it before, and we were hearing all of these things about the different objects and the different, parts of the story, and we were just laughing because we were, trying to picture it in our heads. And in a way, we kind of pictured, some pretty unique stuff that, when I actually saw the movie, it was different from what I had imagined.
Yeah.
But when I saw the movie the first time, I did enjoy it. But I think that both times I've seen it now, I had a little bit of some discomfort with some of the gross stuff, and some of the unpleasant bad guy stuff.
Yeah.
Just because it was a little darker than stuff I watched as a kid.
Sure.
And I think there are a couple parts that are supposed to be a little bit squeamish,
Yeah,
a little bit
it's definitely the intent. The intent was to make you, skin crawling.
Yeah, so I think my fondness for this movie comes from the memory of us riding in a car up to Big Sur on a windy road in the dark, listening to people talk about fire horses and having no idea what they were talking about, and just laughing with my friends. Cool. And then when I saw the fire horses in the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is a real thing.
That is awesome. I can only imagine what watching the movie with Dramamine must have been like. That must have been an interesting experience. I failed to mention earlier that when I was taking my swimming lessons as a young lad, I also had a Krull beach towel that possessed the picture of the glaive and the lettering of and then off of each blade there was like a shining light that was flying across the beach towel.
Naturally,
oh wow, yeah,
like with the horizontal lines across the towel,
nice,
as if it's flying across the towel.
The glaive shows the way.
Yeah.
The movie that I was talking about this earlier with Sarah. The glaive is the weapon of destiny. It's like a symbol in the world of Krull that they think is just a legend. And when he pulls it out of the fire pit and presents it, it's super shiny. Every time you see it, it's super shiny. It's got these blades and stuff like that. That should have been the Krull, because the movie is called Krull, which is the name of the planet that it takes place on. But the whole thing that goes on, the startup of this movie is a preamble where Enir says that he has heard of the legend of the beast coming to their planet, the planet of Krull, and destroying the world, but soon a man and a woman will rise up and destroy the beast, and they will rule the world together, and their son will rule the galaxy. So the story is bigger than the planet of Krull, at least originally as intended. Straight from the beginning, they're like, oh yeah, there's going to be more of this. This is going to be some Star Wars Dune level, we're going to keep on going stuff here.
Yeah.
Paul Atreides, Jihad, the whole bit.
It is kind of a Star Wars meets Dune, huh?
Mm-hmm.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought of that.
I was thinking Princess Bride meets Dune.
Oh, that's cool too.
Yeah.
Totally see that.
A little bit of Lord of the Rings sprinkled on there. We got a fellowship.
Yeah, and you got, like, some magic users that are, like, more like wizards than, like... Yeah, and it's, like, barbarians and stuff, too. Yeah. Kind of like a D&D adventure.
Totally.
Yeah.
I see that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you think he could change himself into an animal in a day?
Well, I think he relied on his scrolls, to be honest with you.
That makes sense.
That's what I thought he was using in order to shape change.
Cool.
Yeah, each one changed him into a different animal. And one of them was for teleporting at a very high speed, I think. Because that's how he's introduced, right?
I figured he turned himself into a fireball or something. That was my first thought.
Maybe he meant to turn into one of the fire horses. He messed it up into a high-speed fireball. Maybe there was a tiny horse in that fireball. So the actual synopsis for the movie, before I go crazy, there's a interstellar beast who lives in a floating poop castle. It looks like
it's a nice arrangement of rocks, I would say.
He apparently has been going from planet to planet, destroying, conquering, whatever. He lands on the planet, and we understand that he has destroyed a whole bunch of things. He's conquered a bunch of the land, and so these two kingdoms are going to unite through marriage. Cohen and Lissa are going to get married, and their fathers have been mortal enemies or whatever. But now they have to unite so that they can destroy the beast. On the day of their wedding, the beast soldiers comes in, kidnap Lissa, kill both of the kings, leaves poor Cohen with a wound. Then Aenir shows up, and he takes the boy on a journey, just like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It was some pretty blatant Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff going on there, man.
You know, I kept expecting...
He just had wisdom, right? There wasn't anything else he was imparting on
Right, there was no magic.
There was no training.
Nothing else like that. He was like, oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do this. And he had some pink goo.
When we were watching it recently, I really liked how Sarah was explaining his some of his mannerisms and just his matter-of-factness. I really enjoyed that.
Cranky.
He was like, he was just so indignant about everything. That's the word. He was like, just so, like, reacted to everything everybody was saying, like, what? Like, that's the shut up, you ignorant person.
Well, he seems to be so quick with the information too. Like, after the battle's already done, then he explains what happens more often than not.
Yeah.
He's like, this is what you experienced. And everyone looks at him like he's like so wise and like the old man from the mountain.
Could you have given us some of this wisdom before the battle, dude?
He didn't roll his perception check till after everything was said and done.
Do you know any of the lines that he says in this?
Oh, I don't have it memorized, but there's definitely a few points where he's just like, oh yeah, that was this thing.
Yeah.
And, like, nobody even questions,
like the doppelganger part. Yeah.
He says,
But it wasn't until after they
had to face off with that thing.
He says to Cohen, or you're talking about, like, the prophetic things that he says? Or, like
the lore of their planet. You know, the lore of their planet. Or, you know, he reveals these... But he seems to reveal these facts after they experience them, you know? Like...
I forgot to tell you there was a venereal disease.
Don't step in that sand.
That's Obi-Wan too, right?
Oh, that's the poisonous sand.
Yeah, well, exactly like Obi-Wan.
In that music video, like, remind me to tell you about that girl later. Like, I know she's your sister. I forgot to tell you.
I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah.
They'll be back later.
So, anyways, after doing that, Cohen has to go get his lightsaber. I mean, the glaive, which is a 4-pronged star.
Yeah,
that is
can't even make the shape
super shiny, golden, and blades pop out of it. Why are you guys throwing gang symbols at me?
I was trying to make the glaive with my hands for some reason.
Is it really 4?
Yeah, it's 4.
1, 2,
But
3.
it's curved. Wouldn't it look like a swastika? Is it 5?
I'm looking it up right now.
Or is it like the other way, like the Native American, like... Because it's not really bent, it's more like rounded, like a spiral.
I'm getting a feeling like it was a star shape, right? Like, it might be 5-sided.
Yeah, maybe. Trust the artists.
If I could find my freaking DVD, we'd be able to look this up. No, you're right. It is 5 stars.
5-sided.
5
blades.
And I misspelled glaive. There it is.
That's a dangerous thing there.
Oh yeah, when he like pops out he's holding it, pops out the blades. I expect him. Yeah. Like I cut my arm or something like that. The glaive is amazing. It is such a cool looking thing. Like you can't wait to see what this thing's gonna do. Oh, it's going to be special. So we get down to the bottom of the mountain and he's ready to use it. And he's like, no, you'll know when to use it. Which is the end of the movie. The end of the movie until we see this
You'll know
thing.
when to use it.
You'll know when to use it.
What about when all those guys are attacking us? No. Just hold on to that.
The wisdom.
Anir was like, if you wipe them out too fast, I won't be able to explain what they were.
This guy is like the old man that Heidi lived with in the mountains. Like a mountain, like a lumberjack or something.
You mean Seal?
No.
Oh, different Heidi. Okay.
You know, it kind of makes sense now that I think about it, because, like, he wasn't very socialized, so maybe that's why, like, common, you know...
Courtesy is one of them.
Yeah. I get the feeling like maybe his time alone being an old, wise sage hermit might have affected his,
He probably smelled really bad.
His tolerance for stupidity.
Yeah, he was pretty mean to that poor kid. His whole family wiped out, you know, his bride taken from him. And he's just like, whatever, man.
Came here to find a king.
I came here to find a king.
Instead, I found a boy.
Did we even talk about that when,
No,
when the shit hit the fan?
A fart boy. No, I mean, we you know, I said that, yeah, those guys came in and kidnapped her and killed the guy, but that's a pretty intense scene. Just
man.
like, everyone gets slaughtered in this wedding party.
Yeah, it's like the Red Wedding.
You have to give it to the composer, though. He made... Like, holy crap, this movie has, like, the most intense music, man. Like,
The music's pretty good.
The guy's walking up a rock, and it sounds like this life or death is gonna...
That's
like,
an amazing, it's an amazing adventure.
I want to see that looped over and over. He just keeps climbing those.
You don't have to. It goes on for like 10 minutes. Like, Cohen's got to get to the top to get to the glaive. We got some time to spare. Fill out this movie.
It's
I want a
the
nice
top,
time.
the very top.
How long was Star Wars? Yeah, we got to beat that.
He has to
It wasn't-
climb the
yeah.
face of this rock that's like, I don't even know how he does it. Like,
Well, he has some really cool
Very-
pirate pants, I would say.
Oh, the pants. You couldn't get enough of those pants, Sarah.
those were some tight pants. I mean, these are tighter than... What was the movie we were watching where the guy...
Labyrinth?
No, it was...
Because those were some tight pants.
No,
I would say they're on par.
those
They're
are
on-
tights. Those aren't pants.
Oh,
You're
okay.
right. You're right.
There was another movie with pants.
Yeah, the one you love so much.
Krull.
No, the other one.
I love Krull.
RoboCop.
This movie's
The
fun.
one you want to watch on YouTube.
Oh, Quincy's Quest. Yes.
Quincy's Quest.
All right.
Yeah, these are tighter than Quincy's Quest pants.
Take a drink.
This is like Pirates of Penzance, like dancing musical theater, like gymnast pants.
Yeah, they look super tight, but they obviously, he was able to move around in them. without-
Totally.
Like, I wonder if they had 20 on set just
Yeah, it's
in
like
case they
wearing a
ripped.
cat suit. A unitard.
The way he was skipping around most of the time, he was practically wearing a freaking cat suit.
That's what I was saying. Like, it was just, he had some little boots on, but like,
I'm pretty sure Ken Marshall was like super athletic during this movie as well.
He
Like,
was ripped.
I'm sure that he was doing some some pretty common, I guess, superhero training nowadays. But at that time, it was probably
yeah.
Yeah, he was Clash of the Titans level. Like, he had the abs and everything like that. We only saw it that when he had been shot and the old man came to rub him down so he didn't die.
I didn't remember that.
He was like laying on the stairs with his shirt open.
Yeah,
like romance style.
I missed that part.
I've seen this movie 3 times. I've got it memorized. Aaron's seen it way more than me. He knows.
A couple more times, but yeah, not too many past 3 though. Probably
14.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
15. I'm just kidding.
When do they run into the outlaws?
It's pretty soon after that because
before they run into the outlaws, they run into Ergo,
the magician.
Oh yeah,
they're just on their journey. Like, this is the beginning of the movie is so, the scenery and the castle that they're in it's so nice to look at, the way everything is framed and the music going along with it. But once they get the glaive, we start going on a journey that has a lot of montage of trekking. Oh, I forgot the first horse montage, which was the king and Colin heading to the castle.
Yeah, that's true. It took
7
a while.
Horse montages.
It took a while for the story even to start. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of floating castle.
You could go get popcorn.
Yeah.
And come back before it really got going.
A lot of slow space castle. Mm-hmm. Floating rock stuff, then a lot of horse riding,
and Lissa running around that weird non-Euclidean geometry, like biological castle thing.
After she gets,
like eyeballs and buttholes.
No, that's really good to bring up though, because occasionally in the film you'll just get this shot of Lissa running around this nightmare labyrinth.
Yeah,
while the movie's going on.
Yeah, she's all dolled up. She went from being somebody who was a main character to the damsel in distress, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But typical.
She offers to fight with him.
Right. Yeah, well, she's ready. She would have. She gets kidnapped.
He's trying to protect her, I think, too. He's trying to make sure that, the whole thing is for her, so.
I did it all for you.
Do you think she would have been, thrown down with them if she hadn't been kidnapped?
I think so.
Or do you think he would have been stay here? Or stay somewhere safe?
I think she would have wanted to go along. Yeah, I don't know.
Totally.
I mean, we don't get any idea of her character other than her, she acts like a royalty with her, we must have peace in the kingdom. And then she gets kidnapped.
I get the feeling she probably would have thrown down, though.
Yeah.
Had she had the chance.
Yeah.
I mean, speculatively, yes.
Yeah.
I would say so.
She offered to, so I think she would have. I just meant, I didn't know if he would have let her.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
She said, get this walking carpet out of my way, and was out of the movie.
He's like, you stay with the bad guy kidnapped, and I'll fight all the other ones out here.
Don't worry, Colwyn. I'll watch her for you. Oh, thanks, Beast. Yeah, she gets kidnapped by Hank Pym, and we don't see her for a while. Ergo is the comedy relief in magic form. And he's played by the guy from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, who is Charlie Bucket's teacher, who is one of my favorite parts of that movie. But he's got, he's only got that tiny role in the beginning where he's talking about the test they're going to take. He's like, Charlie Bucket, come up here and help me. And they're pouring the stuff into the bucket? They're pouring it into something in the beginning of that movie when he's in school. And he, he's an incompetent magician, wizard, whatever, keeps threatening to turn people into animals or trying to turn into animals himself. And we get that amazing transformation scene right away.
Yeah. That's some cool stuff.
I like it a lot. I use the word amazing as sarcastically, though, because I can see the effect. How did they do the effect? It's so weird.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like a weird, you see him, and then they kind of, shrink him down.
Yeah.
And then they slowly, like, fade it into a
he totally
goose.
anamorphs.
Yeah, he totally anamorphs right in front of you into a goose.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a drawing
geese.
for a second. It
Yeah.
looks like.
That must be.
It was probably,
Yeah.
totally must
I
have been
don't
straight
know.
up.
Animation in between. He's...
I guess we should go back sometime and slow it down.
Yeah.
Just so you can get a frame by frame.
No, I've destroyed all copies of this movie. Anyway, so
Well, that's
Ergo...
a shame.
Didn't he walk into the woods and see somebody first? Or was that after he changed into a goose?
He was walking... After he turned back from the goose, he was like, I'm going on my own way. I don't need your help. He walks in there, and he sees a one-eyed man named...
Cyclops.
Does he actually have a name? He's just the Cyclops, isn't
He's
he?
just a Cyclops, man.
Yeah.
In that moment, it's like comedic for me. Both times I watched it, it was a crack up. Like
I love
it's
that
probably
Cyclops.
I don't know if it's supposed to be like scary at first, like ominous or
Well, Coleman tells Ergo, he's like, well, fine, you're on your own then, the forest is full of dangers and perils, and he
Right.
walks 3 steps and sees a one-eyed monster. So I guess it's supposed to be ominous, but like,
they've got him like in darkness, like in a shadow, but they've got like a spotlight like coming. You know how in old movies they do a spotlight on the face of the star?
just so you can see his eye. Like, whoa, something's going on here. That huge mechanical eye is blinking.
What the heck is going on here?
oh my god,
Take
I love
me
it so
home.
much though.
Take me home.
It's
I
so,
love that Cyclops. I want a spin-off movie, prequel, Cyclops Adventures in Krull. So, yes, Ergo is chickens out. He hops on the horse. They're riding along. And we meet the rest of the band, I believe. All of Turkle, Turkey Burger. Anyways, a bunch of bandits. Little kid bandit. Yeah. Younger boy bandit. The leader, Turkwell.
yeah.
Haggard.
We got some actual... These are some actual recognizable actors. We got Liam Neeson. And Robbie Coltrane.
I'm gonna have to say, up until this viewing of the film, I had no idea that was Liam Neeson. I'll be honest with you. I remember while we were watching it, I just kept squinting.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's kind of a weird kind of Qui-Gon Jinn shaped guy there.
Yeah.
I was like, because I'm looking at the braids, and I was like, oh, it kind of looks like a little bit like some type of Jedi braid. Huh, how interesting. and then as the movie kept going along, I was like, the way he's kind of squinting there looks a little bit like Liam Neeson.
Yeah, you said that out loud. Yeah, it's like... Because it is.
He looks so young in it, though, and I started thinking, I wonder how many other actors would have looked like that when they were younger if they had, like, a rat's tail and just, like, a shaved head the rest of the way.
You mean just like Liam Neeson specifically?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, how many of the younger actors... I was just putting that hairdo on a lot of other people in my head.
Yeah. Totally.
Liam Neeson's a big guy. I mean, like, you can tell, like, he's taller and he's built, like, broad-shouldered. You can see why he transitioned to, like, action movies when he was older and stuff like that. I mean, it seems like he had the build. Robbie Coltrane has always looked like that, too. Even as he's older. Just, he didn't have that goofy mustache.
Isn't he a jazz musician?
You're thinking of different people.
I'm just kidding.
You're thinking of Miles Davis. So the bandits, they're just a plucky group, right? They're not really bad guys.
Well, they obviously had been incarcerated for some reason, theft or whatever. But because the planet was in like stupid amount of peril. The peril level of the planet was on orange or whatever color,
Yeah.
you want to add.
Set the peril level meter to stupid.
Yeah, and so like obviously the king's men were all dead, so they couldn't really, take these guys in.
Can't be imprisoned anymore if there's not any guards. Yeah. It's basically Turkwell, Liam Neeson, the younger guy, and the rest of them are all red shirts for the most part. They're all just like fodder for whenever random beast soldiers show up. And, you know, at least one of them dies every time there's an encounter. Every time somebody rolls the encounter die, they immediately get a shot off. We lose another one of the bandits.
Just to name, like, the things they encounter after this point, like, is a lot of stuff.
It's an intense adventure.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what happens right after they get together? They go to the swamp?
I know.
Where did they find the blind guy?
They were, like, heading to the blind guy because they needed to be able...
To ask him a question?
They needed to be able to find the Black Castle, the Castle of the Beast, because the castle moved every day, so you could never tell where it was going to be.
What a brilliant idea for a villain's castle to,
good, yeah.
You know, show up at different points in the planet. That's pretty smart.
I do it every hour on the hour, though. One 24-hour period, that's just, you know, that's cutting it.
So the wise man knew to find the blind man.
He had, like, friends. He had, like, a little black phone book or something like that to look up. He's like, this guy's dead, this guy's dead, this guy. Oh, the blind guy. Oh, and the Widow of the Web.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to go there yet. Let's go see what this blind guy's doing.
He's like, you know, I get the feeling like that there's, like, this, like, kind of interesting number of, like, seers and, like, there's you know, fortune tellers and, like,
the brown wizard, the red wizard, the white wizard, and the gray wizard.
Well, because even the Cyclopses could see some form of the future as well. Everyone on this planet was just waking up and going like, I know what my destiny is.
Yeah.
Why? I have the ability to know the future, one way or another. You know? Everyone did.
Yeah.
It's just a gift they have on this planet.
On this planet, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I know I'm going to marry that chick. That's the only thing Colin knew.
That's true.
And
You're
then
right.
he was a good fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I just found
fighters make bad husbands.
I just found that to be an interesting pattern, though.
Yeah, totally. There's a lot of that. Were they calling him a skier or something? Or
Yeah, he was a seer.
A seer, yeah.
Gazing into scritzels?
Yes.
Pretzels?
Skittles?
Crystals?
Taste the rainbow.
Let's go off on a tangent right now. Skittles, I hate you. You took away my lime flavor. You destroy the rainforest.
Oh, man.
I hate you. Okay. So before they meet the seer, I think they do actually... The Cyclops joins their group. I saw that, Aaron.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you reaching for the Lego and then changing your mind.
I just didn't want the mic to pick up.
Oh, I appreciate it. Your self-control is valiant, and I salute you.
Joel's gonna slap your hand.
No, he was.
Give me a yardstick. He's sitting kind of far away.
He'll have a little
whip.
little spritz bottle. We'll just spray.
It might destroy the equipment. I don't want to do that.
Little can of air. You can just spray.
So, do they get the seer before they get the Cyclops, or the other way around?
The Cyclops...
Because I know the Cyclops joins in after, like, he saves Ergo's life.
He makes an appearance again because, yeah, he saves Ergo's life. That happens before they see the seer.
Okay.
This is because that's the first time they experience... The thieves experience the invaders.
Right.
So they have two eye weirdos that can see the future.
Well, one of them I don't think has eyes at all, so... Even if we put them together, we still only have one eye.
True. This is true.
Yeah. And
the seer is eyeless?
Yeah,
he can't really see the future. He can only see his own death.
Oh, the Cyclops? Yeah.
They say they made a deal with the Beast, which if this affected... How long has the Beast been on this planet?
Well, I got the feeling that the Beast was a reoccurring thing.
Oh, he'd been to the planet before?
Possibly.
Like the devil?
He, buzzed it? Like a UFO?
They didn't really establish that, I'm going to say, but it felt like this villain was known throughout the galaxy. I got that feeling. That this dude's been around. Maybe even the Cyclopses aren't from that planet. Maybe they just, went there.
Oh, okay. They flew here on their Namekian UFO things.
Yeah, dude.
Ah, cool. Yeah, so anyways, they swear fealty to the beast. In exchange, they wanted the ability to see the future. The beast granted them the power, but like the genie from those Wishmaster movies,
What?
a monkey's paw,
Oh.
of course, their gift was not what they wanted. The only future they could see was their own death. Death by chocolate.
And we found this out from the old man, right?
Yep, yeah.
He tells us a lot of stuff.
The old man knows.
The old man's making it up. That's why he doesn't tell them until after the thing happens.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Like, oh,
Better
by the
say
way, that's quicksand you guys are falling into.
It's like, oh man, I gotta keep my street cred here. If I don't say something somewhat wise at this point.
I just see that guy being like, go away, you're full of crap.
He's like the hobo Obi-Wan, you know?
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Yes.
He's got a little vest.
He had a little vest. He had like fingerless gloves.
He had half a sandwich and a baggie.
Yeah.
Oh, he just wanted a refill on his coffee. That's why he was so cranky.
Shopping cart.
No coffee. A shopping cart. I need the glaive and a shopping cart.
Where do these guys get food?
I've thought about food often on their journey, like...
I mean, there are creatures that are alive.
Yeah.
Like, so they're probably hunting or something like that, but we don't, it's typical movie magic. You don't see them eating.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't see them going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, are they eating at that point where they're like sitting around the campfire later and Liam Neeson, like one of Liam Neeson's wives is there? Yeah, so they are eating at one point. They say, oh, she's a really good cook and a great lay or something like that. I can't do a Liam Neeson without practicing.
The ladies have the food in this planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why he really wanted to get Liz back.
That's why he had 8 wives.
Join us.
Oh, God.
All men need company.
These things are making more sense now.
Yeah.
When they get the seer, they also acquire Titch, who is... I don't want to know what the seer's relationship is with this little boy, but he hangs out in the cave with him.
He's teaching his mysterious ways. Every old man's got to have a little kid around, right? You know? To like, I don't know.
This is like Sword in the Stone kind of stuff.
Yeah. He's the up-and-coming seer.
Like page
you know?
or whatever.
He's got to stare at emerald gems or whatever. I don't know.
He mixes potions.
Sonic the Hedgehog stuff. I don't know.
He commands brooms to do his work for him.
Why does Sonic hang out with Tails? I don't know.
You know why Sonic.
Oh, I shouldn't have gone down that path.
Chili dogs. So, listeners, write in with your Sonic fan art today.
The seer guy, the wizard or whatever that wears the green cloak, he is pretty much the scariest thing to me in this whole movie.
Oh, totally.
The way he looks
looking,
from the get-go is creepy. And then what happens with him is even creepier.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. That's some pretty spooky stuff.
Making their way through the marshland, they are attacked by several of the beast soldiers. And there's also... After that happens, there's also a part where they start sinking into the marsh, like quicksand style. At this point, we've already lost a couple of red shirts. We lose another one into this bog. And
it's like a puddle of water with sawdust on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, full of salt. Yeah, just lots of sawdust.
Sure, just a lot of graham crackers.
Well, they do sink into it rather slowly, so it's like there's a platform that's like lowering. Yeah, it's a nice effect.
I think that they used some of their acting skills there.
Oh, they were like lowering
pretending to struggle in the water with sawdust. Yeah.
No, it was real. 100%.
It definitely had some never-ending story kind of feel right there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But
yeah.
I think this came first, didn't it?
I think it did.
Yeah. Maybe never-ending story stole from this.
I mean, that was a book, an actual book. I don't know when the actual book was written.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Krull was not a book. Krull was born from the egg of the Lord.
I didn't mean to derail us. If I was like going off on a tangent, was I?
No, you're not going on a tangent. This is important information.
Sorry.
Swamps, and quicksand.
Yeah, will you stop going off on tangents? Anyways, Skittles. Let's talk about this again.
Wait.
No, wait. So when they're rescuing all the friends, this is when Sear Guy gets taken out.
Who grabs him? Or do you just see a hand?
It's already a perfect copy of him. He like approaches him from behind, and he's like, "Who's there? Is it my mommy or whatever?"
That's
and you see he's got the black eyes when he opens his eyes.
That gives me a chill to think about.
Yeah,
I don't think you would want a long, creepy, spiky fingernails reaching on your neck.
We've already talked about Captain EO. So yes, he's been. I don't know what's going on. This beast has done something to him, and nobody knows about it. So he joins the group, walks around for a while. Every once in a while, we see him open his black eyeballs.
He has completely black eyes.
So ominous.
Yeah.
So ominous.
Scary.
This guy was creepy looking before he had totally black eyes. And afterwards, it's just like nightmare inducing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with you. The tension is there, like totally, as the viewer, because you're like, I know, but they don't.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
How do they figure out? He flips out or something?
They get to the point that they're going to, which is some other tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, only the chosen one, whatever, can go with me from here on. And so him and Colin start walking towards this thing, and that's when he's like, starts to attack him, right?
And the invaders show up. Yeah.
And then Spear Ex Machina, which happens a bunch of times. All of a sudden, the spear comes off from the other side of the screen.
Yeah, let's talk about the spear a little bit, though. It's not like a single point.
No.
It's like a three-pronged, like triangular shape. Trident kind of thing.
Yeah. And Cyclops is just very proficient. He must have super strength, because he flings this thing. He takes out, a bunch of the invaders. He takes out this doppelganger. Well, he doesn't take him out right away, right? It just hits him in the back, and all of a sudden the doppelganger's like,
Yeah, it takes forever to he does almost like a John Carpenter
thing and then his face melts away, all
half
creepy.
Of it, he's all bubbly.
See, as a kid, I couldn't have handled this, Aaron. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I probably would have been terrified.
Yeah, Aaron, why are you ruining Sarah's childhood?
Melting face of a creepy doppelganger wizard.
I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it was just the right time for me. But,
you must have been tough enough to be okay watching it.
There were movies that I was not so tough on.
Movies made out of snips and snails and puppy dog tails. Which is gross. Who's cutting off the tails off of puppy dogs?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's all I'm going to say.
What, did you see that as a child?
Yeah.
It scarred me.
Oh, no.
It was pretty bad experience.
I really like that movie. Now.
Oh, I think it's funny now, yeah.
I think I saw a part of it as a kid, and it, because they have those, drool strings.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about nightmare-inducing.
But that doesn't happen in Krull.
No, not too much anyways.
But there's plenty of gross things in Krull. Like, in that beginning wedding scene, we, see a knife go through somebody's neck.
Yeah.
There's
some violence.
Bubbling guy. Violence. So let's just kind of skip over until where we get to the next bit here. I think the next, what do you think the next point is that's important from
the
this?
Ladies?
The ladies?
Well, because at this point they lost the seer who was supposed to be.
Yeah.
They finally realized they lost the guy who was going to help them find where the castle was. So Hobie won.
Afterwards,
Hobo. He's like, well, I guess I gotta. Guess I gotta go, guys.
I gotta go.
That can happen sometimes. A doppelganger will create itself and then come with you when you think it's really a wizard.
Yeah.
It's true. Happens.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I was going to tell you about that, but I was thinking.
Looks left, looks right. It's a doppelganger.
I just was really sure that wasn't going to happen. So, no.
Every once in a blue moon, a doppelganger appears.
Sorry, I didn't tell you about that quicksand thing either. Sorry.
He's like quickly just flipping through the pages of the monster manual so he can read the monster description.
Only doppelganger we know about is Drew
I
Barrymore.
almost just snorted really loud.
That's all right. We'll cut it out. We'll put in a different sound effect.
So then they end up with the ladies, or how do they do that?
Well, what happens is the lady. What happens is
You're talking about the widow of the web,
the widow of the web. Yeah.
or are you talking about? Are there multiple ladies I don't know about?
Oh no! I see what you're saying. You're talking about the ladies who fed them.
Yeah. Is that around the same time he goes to?
No. That happens later because
There's so
similar.
Many things
It's a similar.
happen.
No, it's a similar time frame. Because I think it actually might have happened while he went away. Because they were chilling in the swamps
when he had to go back to the mountain
Yeah.
that the glaive was in.
Yeah.
I should have done this from the beginning. I don't want to talk to my ex. All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That widow of the web scene is pretty cool.
Did you know that actress actually was in Dune?
No. Did she play Paul Atreides' mother?
Yeah.
That was a good guess.
Yeah.
The Bene Gesserit.
I didn't know either. I just found out on an IMDb recently. I'm not as cool as Hobo Wizard.
No.
I just don't know that.
He presented afterwards. No, you did exactly what he does. So technically you are as cool as
awesome.
Hobo Wizard.
Awesome.
So what happened between this widow of the web and...
It's definitely implied that they definitely had a relationship in their youth.
Yeah, they were lovers. She became the widow of the web, and if he wanted to stay with her, he had to stay with her. He could never leave the place where she lived, and he wouldn't do that. So when he goes to find out, there are scenes where he literally has to climb across a gigantic spider web. And there's a stop motion Black Widowish it's see-through with red in it.
Yeah. You can see the blood pumping through it or
creepy. He's making that spider sound that they always do sound, That's the perfect creepy sound along with that guitar plucking.
It's creepy.
It's pretty cool.
I have a fear of spiders. It's totally irrational, but I don't if I see spiders, they're little sharp pointed legs, I get a chill up my back. I just feel crawling on me.
Yeah.
So I usually try to look away during these spider scenes that happen in movies.
Yeah. Wouldn't watch Spider-Man with me.
I have really bad nightmares about spiders sometimes.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't know why I do, because I used to be alright with spiders when I was a kid. Anyway.
I definitely have a love-hate relationship with them.
I think they're cool insects. I'm terrified of them.
Because I used to raise tarantulas and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
but they're
cool.
not insects. They're arachnids. They're
sorry.
Entire different species. I think they're creepy too. But I used to have the same irrational fear, and I'm a lot less fearful now than I was.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm pretty cool with them, but if I'm just laying down and there's something crawling on me.
Yeah.
Anything.
There's just an immediate,
good
response in my
feeling.
brain. It's oh my god, this is just wrong. Yeah. I think,
yeah.
So it's not irrational.
It could be a cuddly, cute caterpillar crawling on me, and if I wasn't expecting it, I'd freak out.
Pitch dark, if it's the middle of the night, you'd probably be afraid feeling something crawling on you.
And spiders with their spindly legs. So, okay, never mind. Let's start. Anyways, Widow of the Web. He gets in the middle because he knows her name. It's an ancient name, and it's also Lissa. In fact, we find out all women on this planet are named No, we don't find that out.
It's an ancient name.
But she is in the prophecy says, a girl of ancient name. Patty. It's pretty old, right?
Patty Mayonnaise.
Patty Mayonnaise. That lady from Orange is the New Black, Yoga Jones.
There you go.
So is she the spider herself? Or is the spider just, like, her friend?
I felt that it was like a guardian or, like, even her prisoner.
Oh, yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It serves her in a sense, but it also imprisons her and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they have a symbiotic relationship or something like that, maybe.
I get the feeling like this is like the Lady in the Web is like one of those quests where it's like, I need to know what's going on. So like, it's like life or death, but I need to know the answer to a question.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to and try to get in to talk to her so that you can learn this super important knowledge because she's a seer.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe you can make it, maybe you won't with this secret hidden knowledge.
Yeah, nobody ever has. I really want to know the answer. Oh, thanks. Okay.
It's like the most deadliest version of Wikipedia ever.
Yeah. Deadly Wikipedia.
Life was much more eventful
coming
on
to
this
a theater
planet
near you.
without Wikipedia.
It's like the most deadliest Google spider, algorithm spider ever.
Oh, God.
Where is the Beast Castle? Well, just look on Google Krull.
Google Krull.
It's not up to date yet. So the whole reason he has to go see the Widow of the Web is because without the blind seer, he can't find the location of the Beast's castle. So he goes knowing basically that he's going to die. Aenir does this. He speaks to her. She tells him where it is going to be, and then he journeys back. And while he is journeying back, I believe is when we get the doppelganger scene. We go back to the Beast Castle. Alyssa has been running around all over the place, like we said. And finally, the whole time the Beast has been like, you are going to be my queen and stuff. Oh, yeah.
Or like occasionally keeps flashing like this like wedding dress that he wants her to wear, even though she's still like wearing the same clothes that she's been wearing for like days.
Her wedding
dress
really did happen? Yeah. Already happened?
I think you'd look better in these heels.
Wear the shiny stuff.
And he appears, he shows himself to her, like his true form, in silhouette. And she, of course, is like horrified by him. But he says, I can take any form I need to. And all of a sudden, Coleman is there next to her.
In tight pants.
In the tightest of pants.
It's so true.
Look at my package, Lisa. Know that it is me. But he's got these blood red eyes. Yeah, I think that scene is actually really cool.
I thought it's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
And then we see a vision of the jolly gang all hanging out at a party, partying up with the ladies.
Hanging out with Liam Neeson's
having some food.
Wife number
some drink,
3 or
some
4.
wenches. Yeah, he's got a couple of wives. He's a polygamist.
Oh, yeah, and then that girl comes up to what's-his-face.
Yep, goes up to Colin, is like, hey, I need to show you something. We all know what that means. Can't actually elbow you, you're kind of far away. But we see the Beast and Lissa are also watching this because he wants to show that I can take out Colin at any time.
Mm.
You know, he's already shown that he's got enormous powers. For some reason, he can't actually just, like, clap his hands and kill him. Never explained, but not really a big deal.
Well, I get the feeling like maybe his power, is just stronger inside of his space rock.
Sure.
And maybe he's weaker when he's not in his giant space rock castle. I kind of got that feeling. Like, he can still send his servants out to do his bidding for a limited amount of time.
Sure.
And then, like, I don't know if you really want to go too deep into it, but, like, even his servants or the invaders have this weird thing where, like, when they die, they make this high-pitched squeal, and then like this weird like little thing pops out of their head and then goes right into the ground.
Yeah, they're like some weird parasite. Like,
it's gross.
Yeah.
it's like,
I don't know if you want to dwell too much on it, but
like, are they like piloting a mech suit and it like gets pierced so they have to escape before it like blows up or something like that?
or are they like weird like plant pods where they're gonna like just burrow into the ground and then grow into more invaders later?
Some sort of evil thing, yeah. I mean, there was supposed to be continuations to the story, so who knows?
I think they're like alien. Like when the alien infects something, like a host. Like I think that they're using the host to do what they want, and then when they die, like the little creature goes into the ground. But it's like I almost thought of the creature as it looks like a prawn or something, like a red little gooey gross prawn that's trying to go into the dirt.
Okay.
And then like I pictured that prawn like I don't know what you imagine. You've seen it a lot of times.
Yeah, I've always been mystified by this weird thing that would pop out of their heads and then go into the ground.
Slimy tadpole baby thingies.
I thought they were like worms that were gonna like go back underground to like the bad guy's castle or something.
Retreat! And then don't even get me started on their ineffective like combat style. Like they have this like weird like spiky musket thing that has one shot, right? One shot. You got one chance to kill someone, and then you flip that thing around, and then you poke them with the pointy end. You know?
Then you very slowly approach somebody to poke them. That didn't work.
They have a lot of technology, a lot of advances on this planet, but it's like a musket that they have a magical like castle. The Civil War.
They have a magical space castle, yet they have this weapon that and their combat method. Like this is the most ultimate warrior in the universe. Like hard to believe.
Yeah,
hard to believe.
And the swords glow red too when they're like when they're fighting.
Oh yeah,
they slap against other metal. It's like they're enchanted themselves. But seriously, single shot laser guns. Like we haven't figured this out yet.
Well, flip it around. Here it goes.
They've got this like exoskeleton that they walk around in. Maybe that's why they're supposed to be badass because maybe only that kind of gun exists, and they've got the special armor or something.
Ancient alien astronauts. Where were we? Oh yes. So
sorry guys.
This girl is like takes Colin aside, and she's like, "Hey, I think we should totally make out." And he's like, "No. I've got a girlfriend. She lives in Canada. Canada. But I'm pretty, I'm pretty dedicated to her. And, Lissa's like, ha, told you. Ain't gonna cheat on me. And the Beast is like, oh yeah?
He, like, shows her, like, what's going on.
Yep. So this woman she like takes out a dagger, doesn't she, or something like that? She's ready to stab Colin. Like, you gonna make out with me? I gotta stab you. If I had a nickel for every time somebody said that to me, I don't think I would have any nickels. And Colin's like, whatever, go ahead, stab me. Told you, got a girlfriend. She's Canadian. Whatever, you don't gotta believe me. She's a model. But she's so touched by this love that she's like, I can't kill you. I must betray my master. And the Beast released a wind. that part's pretty silly.
Yeah, like he like opens his hand and then she like goes, what?
Exchange off screen. She gets blown away off screen.
Like Goofy.
Who knows, man? I have no idea. He has great power, though, apparently, over his servants.
And everyone was like, wow, that was weird. And then Anir shows up and he's dying. I think that's what happens.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he's like, it's over. There, I think. Anyways, bye.
That lady has like an 80s like feathered hairdo, like...
The evil lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the other ladies that are in the woods have hairdos like that?
I don't remember, honestly, but I remember her definitely having a very, like, teased to perfection.
Like, layered. Yeah.
The wife Liam Neeson had just had, like, a kind of a big perm type of thing going on there. Alyssa's got an 80s haircut.
She has curly hair.
You know, that's like out.
Ringlets.
The big hair.
But they are not going to be able to get to where the Beast Castle is in time. They have to get there before sunrise. And it's like on the other side of the planet. It's over by where the glaive was again. Dang it! Keep messing up.
Have to keep walking across the planet.
Where are those eagles? Carry us over there.
Yeah.
But Cyclops has got a plan up his sleeve. He knows what to do. What does he do?
Horses. Fire mares.
Fire mares.
Fire mares.
Yeah, dude.
This might be the single greatest thing that this movie gives us. Better than the glaive. Better than the Cyclops. Better than that scene where Lissa's running through the castle and those two giant pink bubbles almost crush her. They go and they round up some Clydesdales, and we see that for about 10, 20 minutes of them lassoing horses. It takes a long time.
This movie's a very physical movie. There's a lot of physical things to be done.
Herding horses.
Rocks need to be climbed.
Filler. After they've got their horses, they're all ready to go. And Cyclops is like, okay, see you guys later. Like, well, why isn't he coming with us? Liam Neeson, voice of reason. Like, he's going to die anyways. Why doesn't he come along? No, he's got to stick around. He doesn't... I mean, if he hadn't gone with them, was he going to die by the horses? Or something nearby or something like that?
There's a reason.
A reason that he doesn't go with them?
Well, I'm pretty sure that he held off because... even though he is a Cyclops, I mean, fear of death is a big thing, man.
Right.
It's a big thing.
Right, but they say that
how weird would it be to know?
He's seen his death, and he must face it, or he will bring great pain upon himself.
Right.
But he chooses not to face it by running and joining them, because he does later go and join them.
I thought that he knew that he was going to die when he does die.
So he was just going to... He just wanted to be cool one more time?
No, I thought he was delaying it because he knew the timing of when it was supposed to happen.
That makes precise sense.
Okay. So he definitely wanted to be cool one more time. I don't know.
No. He just knew that he was going to be the one...
He was going to die at 5:50, and he knew that he needed to take more time.
Yeah.
I know. But he's Cyclops Ex Machina, though.
Are you saying... Okay, hypothetically, what you're saying here is the events leading up to this are they ride the fire mares up to the castle.
Yes.
They get there, they look around and say there's no entrance.
Right.
And then people start dying because the laser beams are killing them.
Bites it.
Yeah, we lose Hagrid.
He's been around this whole time.
So hypothetically what you're saying is if Cyclops had been there the entire time, Hagrid would still be alive. Is that what you're trying to say?
Maybe. I don't know. What I thought was that he saw his own death. And it was not going to be with them at the castle. He was going to either die sometime soon after they all left, or a long time after, just not then. But he knew there was a chance that he might die if he did join them.
Okay.
And I assumed that him bringing great pain upon himself was when he is literally crushed to death by the closing castle walls. But...
I thought he knew he was going to die by the closing wall.
I don't know.
Well, the thing is, the fact is that the Cyclops never tells us what his actual death was supposed to be. So it's definitely left up to interpretation as to whether he knew he was going to get crushed in a door.
I wish Anira was still alive so he could tell us.
Afterwards.
He was supposed to die the way he did, so don't worry.
His hourglass got tipped, man.
He was fine.
Done.
Yeah, broke that Days of Our Lives. No,
that's right.
So that's what happens. They ride the flaming horses across the sky in an amazing green screen scene where they are riding on horses. Like those aren't like
they
fake
look like
horses.
They're having the time of their lives.
But it's all we're only seeing the top half of them, and then every once in a while a far shot of the fire going off, and we see like I said, it looks like Santa's reindeer flying off in the background. And they get to the castle just in time. Or they get to the castle and they start climbing it, but of course, it's well guarded. Everybody's getting shot. Robbie Coltrane gets him killed. I don't like that scene. I didn't notice the first 2 times I watched it. He's like giving them his last words. Like he says, like,
"We're heroes after all," or something.
He says, like, I said that I didn't know if the journey was worth it, and it was, so finish it. Like, he's saying, like, finish it or something like that. But before he says finish it, he gets shot again or something like that. It gets cut off. Like, like, that's not cool.
Yeah. Didn't even get his last few moments there.
The battle scenes are brutal in this. They're like real wartime.
Yeah.
When your best friend is right there and then he's gone.
It doesn't turn away from it. It's like we see somebody getting killed, shot, whatever.
The intensity is definitely amped up by the time they get to this castle, though. Mm-hmm. And I think his passing was kind of like a wake-up call for the audience. Like, you're just like, oh, that's right.
Important people might die, yeah.
That's right. We've only got, like, at that point, when they actually get inside, there's Torkel, there's the kid bandit, Liam Neeson, and at least one other guy.
Ergo.
Well, I'm just counting the bandits. Ergo is alive, Titch is alive, Colwyn, obviously, and temporarily Cyclops. As Cyclops goes in there, he's totally metal. He gets up there, starts climbing, shooting guys left and right, or whatever. Gets shot himself, just kind of brushes it off, pulls a guy out, holds the door open for them, and he, like, oh man,
intense.
That's pretty terrible. Like, as a child, I
don't know, though. At the same time, maybe I don't know. I always felt that his sacrifice was very noble, though.
It is noble, but he gets smushed.
Yeah, it's kind of not the way anyone wants to go. Which definitely maybe bodes to the fact that maybe he wasn't supposed to be there. But maybe that was the upper hand that he had, was maybe he knew what his fate was.
Yeah.
And so he decided to go the opposite way.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Which is why he had a very horrific, unfortunate death.
It's really weird how right before he dies, he goes, "I love you, Colwyn."
After he died, the old man, if he were there, would have said, "It's not really the way anybody wants to die."
Totally. He would have paused.
Nice.
He would have paused and said that.
That was brutal. He was supposed to get hit by a fire horse. Yeah. Was not expecting that, and I know the future. Yeah.
Just totally, I know this is off topic, but how do you think they blinked that eye on him?
That was just a totally mechanical thing, like attached to his face, right? Like a device off screen. Somebody hit a button.
I felt like he was saying his lines and then like pushing the button himself.
Yeah, maybe.
I felt maybe it might have been someone behind them with like a little air pump.
Oh yeah, maybe, huh? Standing behind that guy the whole time.
There was a guy completely dressed in green that was reaching over, pushing it down, pulling it back up again.
It's all
computer
CG. The blinking is all CG animated.
Yeah, George Lucas added it in a special edition.
Anyway.
In the castle, things go from terrible to worseable. Liam Neeson gets shot. Poor guy. He made it almost all the way to the end.
Almost.
Yeah. And his character was actually developed. He wasn't just a bandit. He had wives and all this other stuff like that.
He left a lot of widows that day.
Like, I liked him a lot. I wish he was my special friend.
Totally.
Like, just a regular friend. Not
what do you mean by special friend, Joel?
I just mean, we ride bikes together.
Oh, okay.
Trade cards.
What is it with Liam Neeson dying in fantasy movies? I don't know.
Yeah, he just can't hold on to his liver or whatever.
Eaten by wolves. Killed by Boba or
shot with a bunch of arrows and Excalibur.
Yeah.
And after that, Colin is... Well, what happens? Titch and Ergo fall into like a pit that opens up. You know,
It's a pretty standard dungeon traps
weird
here.
style, yeah.
But unconventionally done, I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you get the feeling like this is like the outside of this thing is like a rock and or rocky, but then the inside feels almost like organic.
Yeah.
Revealed earlier in the movie when Lissa's running around, you get this kind of weird like this thing is alive.
It's like Castlevania. It is its own living being.
Yeah.
It's like a fun house. And you just like suddenly are sliding down a wall or something into another.
Yeah. You can't walk on this floor. It's too bouncy. But Ergo and Titch find them having to fend for themselves because here's, naturally a bunch of invaders are in there running towards them. And Ergo has taken a liking to this boy who's been orphaned ever since his menial blind grandfather, man with a white van and no windows, has died.
Oh.
Who's going to give me candy now?
Oh.
Ergo's like, I don't know, kid. Whatever.
He wanted a puppy and he turned into a puppy. I forgot about that part.
Oh, you're right. Ergo asked the kid or the kid asked him if he wished for anything, what would it be?
Yeah.
And I forgot what he...
The most powerful wizard in the world, or something like that,
yeah.
And Titch is like, I want a puppy. And Ergo's like, you're so stupid. I hate you.
But he turns himself into a basset hound puppy.
Oh.
They have basset hounds on this planet.
Yes, they have basset hounds. They have geese.
Fireballs.
Fireballs.
Fire mares.
And tigers. Tiger.
I definitely feel like that it would have been a very effective spell to turn into a fireball there at the end.
Yeah, take those guys out with a fireball instead. Yeah, but then he couldn't have been near death when he gets... I guess he gets shot at some point, right?
Yeah.
He changes into a tiger.
A very beautiful tiger, by the way.
Yeah. It's a cool tiger.
And he doesn't immediately turn around and eat the kid. He goes and attacks the...
He scares the guys away.
He keeps his intelligence. He's just a tiger.
Right.
Come on.
Richard Parker.
One of my favorite scenes in this movie is when he's the goose, and he's looking at the paper trying to read his scroll so he can turn back into a human.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That totally is a scroll.
Which is, like, ridiculously cute, by the way, that they made a goose. Like, I don't know, they must have put something...
Look at a piece of paper. No, goose, look over here.
It's the best. It's the best.
Put a cracker on the piece of paper.
Very educated goose, all right?
I have to say, the guy that actor is pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I really like him.
Totally.
Wish I'd seen him in more stuff. I wish he had been in more stuff, but he died rather young.
That's
like
unfortunate.
I said. At some point, the rest of the bandits get separated from Colin, right? He, goes into a place. They run off, and they end up in the trash compactor, but the trash compactor is full of spikes that come out of the wall, and one of them gets horribly impaled. Horribly impaled. Like, he's crawling around on the ground. He's managed to avoid these things, but he drops something, doesn't he? And he's reaching for it. And
it was his dagger. He went back for his dagger.
I really need this dagger. My mom gave it to me.
Dude, if this movie tells you anything about adventuring,
don't go back.
Just leave the dagger. There's going to be another one. There's going to be another dagger in your future. You're a thief. This is what you do. Yeah. This is what you do, dude. You steal things. Go find another one. I'm sure Colwyn has thousands of daggers. I'm sure he'll be like, I'm sorry you lost that one. Why don't you go hit up my armory over here? Seeing as I have a castle that no one lives in now.
Right.
Heck, you can have your own room, dude.
Yeah, but the dagger's pretty sweet.
I don't know. It was just hindsight. Hindsight, Yeah. Hindsight.
True.
Reminds me of that scene in Saving Private Ryan when that guy dies horribly by a knife. You seen that movie, Aaron?
I have seen Saving Private Ryan. Yeah. I have.
It's pretty bad.
It's a really intense movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of intense movies.
Yeah. But yeah, they're trapped there. Cohen's wandering around and he figures out that Lissa is trapped in a giant jello mold.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, she's trapped in this kind of H.R. Geiger looking orb thing. Totally.
The only way to get her out is to freaking finally use the glaive. Finally.
Yeah,
this is the time he knows to use it.
Yes.
Colin kind of gives that smile that he does throughout the entire movie, but it's like this time he's like, oh yeah, the glaive!
Oh boy! I get to use the glaive!
Hey guys, watch this! And he flings it at the thing and he turns into a power saw, and the whole time he's standing there kind of smiling and holding his hand out like Magneto.
Arms stretched in front of him.
It's like a boomerang with knives on it. Like, it seems super dangerous to try and catch it. Does he just will the blades to go back inside again, or does he catch it like in the middle?
I remember that he kind of held it. He kind of held it in his palm, like between like that, and he pressed the circle in the middle, and that's when the spikes popped out. So
I don't know.
And then when it comes back, well, I guess what
He's
happens?
the chosen one.
Yeah.
He frees her for the hole.
Uh-huh.
Beast shows up. He don't like that. Can't take my princess.
Mm-mm.
Princess is in another castle. Not this super space castle. Different one.
Super Space Rock.
And Colin naturally assumes, well, this glaive must be good for something else too, so he tosses it at the beast, hits him right in the neck. Oh, that really hurt.
The beast wants the glaive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of like reaching for it.
Yeah, I got the feeling that he wanted it. Yeah.
And the beast is super big. He's not one of those normal sized beasts.
No, he grew pretty big, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he?
He's like the end level boss, obviously.
He was kind of, and he kind of like decided not to like speak in any language. He was just kind of doing like the whole yeah kind of thing at that point. Or maybe yeah.
That's his native tongue.
Cat language. I took many lessons to learn your language, princess. The least you can do is show me some appreciation.
Dude, I remember... Yeah. Took so long to learn English. Get stabbed with glaive.
I had to send away for a kid.
I made a pattern and everything for your wedding dress, and this is what I get?
How do you say?
I sewed that wedding dress all night. I put extra lace on it just for you.
Listen, the only thing I have on this ship are soldiers. Alright? None of these guys know how to sew.
Yeah.
He's sewing
I want a drawing of that beast on the sewing machine.
Oh, it's not frilly enough.
You see this like you see this like big red light, and you see the like shadowy figures sometimes of the beast, like, and he's like kind of like dancing around, like they're telling him to like move around, and like you can see the costumes kind of like jiggling in places, like kind of.
I have to say, he looked really cool, though.
Yeah.
Like, they did a really good job making him look creepy and awesome.
Yeah, he is gross. Yeah.
They did a good job of that.
Stay away from me, beast.
The creep factor is pretty good on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it that way, though. I don't know. I'm into it. It's cool.
Hits him with a glaive once.
Oh, yeah.
Hits him with a glaive again, and that one sticks in his craw. And he goes down for the count. Everything's okay now, right? Yep, let's run away. Whee! Oh no, he's still alive.
Well, they take about 5 minutes because, yeah, after he takes him down,
you're right.
They take about 5 minutes of like Colwyn like going like, oh,
I better
Doing the hand thing.
But like his face is all like very concentrated on it, like squinting, like this the lackadaisical like enthusiastic smile kind of fades a bit because the realization that I'm not getting my toy back.
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
He like walks up to try to get it, doesn't he?
He starts walking back towards him, and that's when he jumps.
That's when the beast is like, "Hey, I'm still around, guys. What's up?"
Surprise!
And that's when the tiger mauls him. That would have been cool.
See, that would have been way cool.
I want the tiger to be the
Serious.
Yeah, it could have lit the tiger on fire and thrown it at the beast.
Hey, I'm glad that Ergo saved the kid, though.
Me too.
Fire tiger. Yes. I'm glad they didn't resort to child killing at any point.
No, I'm
You don't
not.
have to make it that gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Well,
Who knows how many countless children died when the beast invaded initially.
yeah.
Okay, moment of silence for the
thanks.
children.
Thanks, Joel.
So Beast is still alive, but there's something we didn't talk about. There's some sort of weird relationship going on with fire in this movie.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Like,
Fire and like
Well,
you put
'cause-
the water in the
take the fire from the
my
water
hand.
Or I give the fire to the water,
to the one I choose.
and then she takes the fire from the water.
And she only gives it to
him.
a bro.
Bro!
And
He can grab the fire.
This
from
is at
her
the
hand.
wedding ceremony when they initially do this, and he does not take the fire from her
Well, because he
because
wanted
it gets
to.
interrupted
Yeah.
by a bunch of murderous goons. And when he goes to get the glaive, he has to reach into it looks like hot lava. I mean, it's supposed to be.
Totally.
Yeah.
And he just
Totally.
reaches in there like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, obviously
Ooh, there's
fire
something
is not
pretty
a problem on this planet.
I see a quarter. So,
Ooh. No, it's very obvious that elements on other planets that are very harmful are not so harmful on this planet.
right.
Except quicksand is still pretty deadly.
I think because he's royalty, maybe he's just, that's like a royal feature. That
Sure.
Because she's
Their
she
bloodlines.
also can touch fire. He can touch fire. So he ends up,
High Lord humans can just, yeah.
Lyssa's like, no, it wasn't ever supposed to be the glaive. Only we can defeat him. With fire.
It's kind of like one of the most intense weddings ever, huh? If you think about it. Super long engagement, death of a dude.
Never saw each other before right then.
Dads are dead.
It's pretty much the longest wedding ceremony ever.
When she hands him the fire and he starts using it on the beast,
Oh, the look on his face?
yeah, he's really excited. He's like, oh yeah, and the beast is like, fire. And so he does it one spray. That's not very good. Sprays him again. The beast is definitely going down this time. He holds it for a while.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a couple minutes of just spraying the beast with fire. Like, the beast is like,
It's like, oh no.
throws of death. And then he stops. Oh, he's not done yet.
Oh, that hurts. Try some of this.
For some reason.
Oh, God.
It's like he gets some kind of pleasure out of it or something.
Last time it's just like...
I'm going to have to say that the subtleties of that scene were lost to me until we watched it this time.
He's going down already, but he just keeps on blasting him with the fire.
Triple tap.
This one's
Not a
for the
double
old
tap.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Beast dies by the flamethrower, and I honestly thought he was going to do it a fourth time because we go back to him again.
Totally.
He's just kind of standing there. And then Anir shows up and he's like, oh, by the way, you can only kill the beast with fire.
I meant to tell you guys.
I meant to tell you that before I died.
Oh, I knew you were going to do it, too. That's why I didn't tell you.
Good trick I played on you with the glaive,
I
huh?
knew you'd figure it out.
Shut up, little boy. You'll find out eventually.
I didn't know you could actually use that thing. I've been using it to shave for years. It's got 5 blades. It's the cleanest shave I've ever gotten.
So,
Way better than Mach 3.
Yeah.
like, is that where it ends?
Torquil and the kid are still in that pit,
And the castle's starting to...
everything retracts, luckily, and they all meet up again. We get it. Ergo looks like he has been killed, but it turns out he's okay also. So Titch, Ergo, Torquil, the bandit kid, Lyssa, and Cohen all run out of the castle. He's using his flamethrower all over the place, lighting up doorways, breaking down walls. Then he runs back to the beast, lights him on fire again. They get out, the castle all just erupts up into the sky, and then basically the movie's over.
Oh, he tells him that he's the new whatever.
He's like the sheriff or something.
Yeah.
Head marshal.
The new head.
Only the king and the head marshal have the key.
Yeah, that's a callback, because he said that earlier. And Owen was like,
oh, yes. I'm the king?
Yep. I quit. Throws his gun on the ground, lights it on fire.
Oh my god. I feel like everybody should have gotten together and danced at the end of this. Like, after the beast was dead, there should have been, like, a party or, like, a dancing.
Like 10 minutes of dancing.
Maybe there was and they cut it.
I don't know. I get so excited when I watch this movie, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's so enthusiastic. Even though there are definitely some pretty dark elements, like, I feel that it's a pretty enthusiastic movie about, like, overcoming, evil, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that it is a movie that is worth watching at least once, and that I'm sorry that it did not have any sort of continuation, like novels or comic books or anything like that afterwards, because I would have, been into seeing some of the stuff now. I
kind of want to hunt the guy down who wrote this, and just see if we can interview him,
murder him. You want to interview him? Okay.
I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
There were definitely a lot of unique ideas that were explored in this movie that I didn't see elsewhere. But I know that there were things taken from other things, obviously.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Or trying to capitalize on the success of other franchises.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. I just think that it's unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah. It's unique. It's unique in a lot of ways.
Stanford Sherman, the writer of this movie, also wrote The Ice Pirates, The Man Who Wasn't There, Any Which Way You Can, the sequel to Any Which Way Let Loose.
Wow.
And 15 episodes of the Batman television show.
Oh, the animated series? Oh, in the 60s?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
And The Man from U.N.C.L.E. So that's cool.
Right on.
You can see that. Yeah, Batman. So let's go. Let's end this here right there. Next week is Kempo's pick, and I have not been told what Kempo's pick is going to be.
It's a mystery.
So,
should I say?
Yes, come over here and tell me.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, no, it's maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
All right.
The pick I have is Cutie Honey, live action movie.
Cutie Honey, live action movie.
Look up the trailer.
Do you happen to know what year that's from?
I do not.
Okay.
If you look it up on YouTube, you'll...
Live action?
Live action. Oh, it is literally called Cutie Honey Live Action from 2004.
I don't lie.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah,
Cool.
her clothes rip off.
Cool.
Oh, well, yeah. I do like clothes.
You showed the trailer.
We'll watch it after this.
Okay, cool. Cutie Honey
Nice.
live action.
Excellent. Thank you, Kempo. That's what we'll be watching next week if anybody wants to watch beforehand. So email us at pleasedon'tpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter if you like. Outer Space Pod is our Twitter handle. We have a Facebook page if you want to come over, like us on there. We're not doing much other than posting episodes, occasionally photos and stuff like that. We are going to try to mix it up pretty soon. What else was I going to say? I was going to say, if you subscribe to us on iTunes, please leave us a rating or a review. Anything like that would be super helpful to us. We appreciate anybody who already has, but we appreciate anybody who listens, really. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Did you guys have any lessons that you learned from this movie, Krull?
Oh, man. I kind of want a fire mare, I think the fire mare is the end of our oil crisis here on this planet. Just need a force that can ride.
The only future you can see for our energy crisis problems is a fire mare.
Yep.
Yes. Nice.
The lesson I learned. Krull is a dangerous planet, and I would probably just hide somewhere if I were there.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
And the lesson that I learned is that if you ever think you're going to run out of food, you should probably just find a magician and try to trick him into turning you into a goose. We'll see you next week, folks. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.